Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to have Kelly on the line with us this afternoon. Kelly is one of our star students in our nutrition coaching programs, and it's a great pleasure to have her here today. She's had some great success, and I've asked her to come on and share some of that success with us, and hopefully inspire you guys to get similar results. So, Kelly, welcome. It's great to have you on FaceTime this afternoon. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good.
Hi, nice to see you.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Kelly, you've been probably with us now. Is it going on 3 months yet, or not quite? I think I'm looking like
Um,
Harrods. Yeah,
Actually, our first phone call was December 22nd, and I
that's right.
started on day.
Yeah, that's right. So excellent. So it's February, March. Yeah. So we're really coming into this. It's into the second. It's into the third month right now. Well, that's
Right.
awesome. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about sort of where you were before? I know we had spoken on the phone, but share as much as you want to share. But what you were going through before you started working with us, and sort of where you were at health fitness wise.
Well, when I started, I had what I called the trifecta: high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and high cholesterol. My family history is so bad, Yale Medical School is actually doing a study on us and have been for, I'd say, 6 or 7 years now because of our high rate of heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
So I was your typical, oh God, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what got me to actually start on the program, because I was worried about, finances, can I
Mm-hmm.
do it? Am I going to with it?
Mm-hmm.
Was you said the phrase, genetics loads the gun,
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Yep.
And that was my aha moment that I have to do this
Right.
because my genetics is bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
And my lifestyle has been adding to that. I've been literally shooting myself in the foot with my
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle.
Right.
So that motivated me to actually do this program and get it started. And
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So, if you don't, I mean, do you mind sharing some specifics, like what the like where your numbers were at, like let's say blood, like sugar and cholesterol numbers, like at the start?
when I went for my doctor's appointment in November, I was at 215 cholesterol, 7.0 for my sugar. My blood pressure, I've been on medication for, I want to say 2 to 3 years now for
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's always been on the high side of normal with
Mm-hmm.
the medication. Before that, I was way out of range.
Mm-hmm.
When I went for my update for blood work in February,
Mm-hmm.
my A1C dropped to 6.8
Wow. Mm-hmm.
and my cholesterol dropped from 215 to 137. So that
Wow.
was
Yeah.
that was my yes.
Yeah, and that's without medications. You're on.
Oh no, that I did start medications for that as well.
Okay. So when did you start medications for that? For the
Uh,
in
for the
November.
blood.
Okay. Okay. And what's the doctor telling you at this point? How surprised were they? Like.
She was shocked. She said she doesn't tell her patients very often that she's impressed, but she was impressed with my weight loss, with my lifestyle change, with my numbers coming down.
Mm-hmm.
We're going back for another checkup in May and see how they are. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll go from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you mentioned some weight loss. So do you know about how many pounds you've lost? Have you been tracking that?
Oh yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
numbers, like I said in my post. Well, the day after I talked to you, so December 23rd, I was 228 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
When I weighed myself this morning, I was 205.6.
Okay. Wow. So
So
yeah, it's
20 pounds, 22 and a half pounds.
yeah, almost 23 pounds. That's excellent. So, and how do you feel about the pace? That the weight coming off. You feel comfortable with that? It's a good comfortable pace as far as moving forward with it and everything.
Oh yeah. What I like most is that I have more energy. I
Mm-hmm.
have more willingness to work out when I come home or get up early and go walk because I walk before work. And that's when I listen to my PN coaching lessons is while I'm walking at work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've gone from where I was about maybe 5 to possibly 8,000 steps a day to where I'm averaging 12,000 to 13,000,
Mm-hmm.
plus another at least half hour of working out at home at night.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. So as you started into the programs, a lot of people are sort of where you're at now, and they're sort of like wondering, can they do this, and is it going to be hard, and can I stick with it? Right. So as you came into the program, we hear this a lot. That's a big concern. It's a legitimate concern. So as you came in, what did you find as far as the ramping up period? Was it challenging? What were some of the sticking points there? What were the obstacles that you had to get past?
The worst part was giving up the pasta because, I'm a single mom, so spaghetti is a staple in my house,
Sure.
and it was when I was younger, and
Mm,
because feeding 5 people, and my
right.
dad with heart disease was off and on work, so we lived off spaghetti.
Hmm. Mm,
Giving up the pasta was difficult, but uh, I find that I've done other things to replace, because I still eat spaghetti,
hmm.
but zucchini spaghetti or spaghetti squash, and I still get that taste and texture, but I don't get the carbs and all the bad stuff.
Right, right. So we first talked about this, because we do our protocol is getting on to lower carbohydrates and higher fats. So were you sort of skeptical of that working, or you knew it would work, or what was what was going through your mind at the beginning there?
Um, with me, I'm one to always be negative towards myself. It's like, can I do it?
Hmm.
And or am I just going to be, throwing away the money, throwing away my time? Am I going to be wasting Mike's time and Karen's time with all of this? And it got to the point where when they put me on the cholesterol medication in November, I need to do this.
Hmm.
So it was an easier plan, because you're not only talking about the food, and I love that they talk about the science, because I'm the why.
Hmm.
Don't just tell me don't eat this. Tell me why I don't need to eat this.
Hmm.
Don't tell me eat this. Tell me why I need to eat this.
Hmm.
But it works on the mental part too.
Hmm.
In one of the lessons, they talk about be your own best friend, because we're always our own worst critics.
Hmm.
And your best friend is honest and supportive. And that's what I needed to be with myself. I needed to be honest. I needed to be supportive. I needed to stop saying, no, you're not going to do this. If I had a bad day or I ate wrong, like my birthday, I had the chocolate cake and the 3 shots.
Hmm.
I didn't feel guilty. I didn't beat myself up. I
Right.
planned for it. I worked my butt off the next week.
Hmm.
And that's what it's helping to change my mindset.
Hmm.
And that's what I love most about the program.
Right. Is that you can see the changes happening in yourself, right?
Right.
And what do you find about the pace of it? In other words, you notice the changes happening slowly, or has it been sort of turning over your lifestyle, so to speak, or has it been more gradual?
It's a gradual, it's a good enough pace to where I don't feel overwhelmed,
Hmm.
but I still feel like I'm making progress. I'm not, oh my God, it's so slow. Why am I not losing 20 pounds in 2 days? It's
Right.
nice, steady pace to where you're losing, you're building your information, you're becoming more knowledgeable,
Hmm.
and it makes it work easier for you.
Right. So I like the point you made about the why and the science behind it, because that's a huge part of, like, Karen and I have a strong belief that a lot of these things, there's a lot of programs will tell you, or a lot of plans will tell you, just eat this or just do that, and then and get the results. But so, our goal and our hope was always that by really helping people learn how the food and everything in the mindset is affecting your body, that you basically own it for the rest of your life, right? You've acquired this skill set, you've acquired this competence, you've acquired the confidence to feel that you can go forward with it. Right.
Right.
So do you feel like, we talk about the knowledge base right now, what do you, like, when it comes to like food or nutrition, reading labels, how much more confident do you feel now that you're gonna, as we go through this program, you've really got it locked in and you have an understanding of it?
Oh, I definitely feel much more aware of what I'm eating now.
Mm-hmm.
I look at labels. I was telling Karen on one of our calls,
Mm-hmm.
I have a local market that I go to, and I just stop there every day for any fresh vegetables. And they've come to know me now by name. And it's like, oh, well, you know what? Here, try this. You've got to try this new vegetable. And it's like,
Right.
no, okay, you haven't tried this yet. Let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's how to. So I love having new knowledge and getting new information
Mm-hmm.
from everywhere I go.
Right, right. And in particular, did you find that understanding how, like, the hormonal balance we talk about it, Karen talks about it a lot when the phone calls, the insulin levels, the hunger, the satiety, that sort of thing. Did you feel that was like a bit of an eye opener or some way, or was there some clarity there that really understood what it takes to lose the weight? Because you tried before a lot of times, everybody has, to lose
Oh
weight.
yeah, I've tried everything.
Right. Right. And so now, do you think that that's one of the differences? Is that really, would you say that's one of the things that's made a difference, is the understanding that you didn't have from the other times that you tried?
Yeah, because a lot of it was, you had to eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. Well, I'm usually not hungry in the morning.
Right.
So I was forcing myself to eat breakfast because it's the
Mm,
most important meal of the day.
right.
And I was eating junk, or doing something quick and something that really wasn't. So when I do eat breakfast, because I do still every
Hmm.
once in a while, if
Hmm.
I'm hungry,
Right.
I'll have a couple of hard boiled eggs and some fruit. Or instead of, the McDonald's sandwich, which, yeah, McDonald's was my friend on the way to work.
Right.
And, and I liked that I didn't have to eat if I wasn't hungry. A lot of the so-called diet plans out there is you're eating 6 times a day, but why? If your body's not hungry,
Right.
and a friend of mine says, "Well, it is, that's what fuels your day." I said, "What fueling my day right now is the spare tire that I've got that I need to get rid of and my thunder thighs."
Right.
I've got the stored fuel. I just need to access it and use it. So if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat.
Right. Right. And with this and how do you feel? Do you feel what's your energy like even those times when you're skipping that meal? How is your energy like? Are you feeling still feeling good, alert, energetic?
Actually, more so. I would get
Mm-hmm.
more tired during, because I work at a computer all day, so I'm sitting down. If I ate a big breakfast, I would be, so drained and tired by 10 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm fine if I don't eat. I'm still awake, I'm alert, and I don't have to worry about that.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. It's an amazing story. I mean, it's terrific to hear the success that you're having. And so, as you look ahead now, what kind of optimism do you have for your future? How does your perspective change now? From when we first spoke back in end of December to looking ahead now. What's your outlook on the future look like now compared to then?
More confident. I'm more confident that I can do this and I can make it a lifetime
Hmm. Hmm.
achievement, not just, my goal is to hit my goal weight by my 50th birthday next January,
Right.
but it's something that I want to continue and carry on for the rest of my life. I need to stay healthy. I have a 19-year-old son.
Right.
I want to be around, and I want to be that grandma that's out having fun and playing and not the one sitting in the chair going, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be the one out there having fun with them."
Yeah.
Hopefully at some point in time, meet the new love of my life,
Right. Hmm.
go out with my friends, have fun, have the energy to do things that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So what kind of, like, now that you've sort of been through the first 2.5 months of this process here, someone that's first starting or thinking about starting, what sort of advice would you have for that person that's not sure that they can get through this type of a process like you've been going through?
You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Listen to the lessons. They are very good. Do your weekly calls. If you have questions, ask.
Hmm.
You and Karen have been great about answering questions. And like I said, you give intelligent answers, not just, "Oh, well, because I said so"
Right.
answers.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a plan, but it's not a plan. If you do slip up and you do something, eat something that you're not supposed to, or that's not on your plan, don't kick yourself.
Right.
Either plan, like you said, for special occasions, for your birthday, plan for it, move on. I was the one that always beat myself up about all of that stuff.
Hmm.
Stop beating yourself up. You can do it. If you believe in yourself, if you give the commitment, you can get there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, Kelly, thank you so very much. This has been an amazing phone call. It's great having you as one of our students and connecting with you and sort of taking you on this journey. It's a great pleasure. It's what gets us up in the morning. It's what gets us going all day. And it's the last thing we're talking about before we go to bed at night is what's going on, with people like you and everyone in our program. How can we make it better and better? Awesome. Well, Kelly, thank you very much. I'm going to wrap up the call and wish you all the best. And we will chat with you very, very soon. So great. Okay. Have a great day.
Everybody.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.